All right, let's do this here, even if people are showing up or not. All right, we have a unique week, obviously, maybe more. So I need from you guys to keep your honors level up because I'm not going to change anything. All right, we're going to keep going just like half of us were in class and half of us were home. All right, so make sure we get on. I can't screw around with all this camera stuff. All right, your honors kids, get on camera and let's get going every day. Okay, thank you. Next thing up, you see up on the board, I emailed everybody last night just to give you a heads up that the Unit 3 test is still happening. Just the change, it's going to happen all on the same day, which will be Thursday. And we'll be taking that online using GoFormative. Now, what I need to know from you guys is how familiar are we in other classes with GoFormative? A yes, a no. Open up the chat box right now to let me know. How are we here? A yes, a no. Where are we here? Have we used GoFormative in other classes before? I don't know. I'm the only one that has gone paper. All right, I'm kind of still old school. GoFormative was kind of like a break-in case of emergencies type thing, and it's an emergency this week. So, all right, so it seems like most of us have used it. Now, if you haven't used it, if you have not used it, up on Classroom, all right, up on Classroom, I have put what's called a practice test under assignments. All right, this is a practice test on GoFormative. Okay, it has nothing to do with parallel and perpendicular lines. It's actually just solving equations. This practice test is just for you guys that have not used it before and maybe want to just try it out before Thursday's test. Don't make Thursday's test the first time you've ever gone into a GoFormative and done the test on there. Okay, so if you have never done it, it is not required. All I want you to do is if you've never gone on GoFormative before, get on Classroom, click on that assignment, and make sure you have practice writing on your Chromebook. Everything looks nice and neat. Okay, because Thursday is the real deal. All right, and I don't want any issues on Thursday because we've never done it before. All right, so I'm offering that to you guys if you want to do it. If you've already been on GoFormative, don't worry about it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay? All good? And then I will talk, because there's a certain camera situation we got to talk about for this test, so we ensure that nobody is cheating on Thursday. All right, there's a certain setup that I want that I will discuss with you over the next 2 days. All right, so that's the deal with Thursday's test. And I'm just giving you guys a heads up. Today we finish the unit. Tomorrow we review for the test. On a Tuesday we review for the test. Wednesday we are starting the new unit, Unit 4, and then we'll take the test on Thursday. So just be careful of that gap right there. All right, the Tuesday we review and then we take it on Thursday. Okay, so be careful of that gap, please. Other than that, that's really about it. Everyone obviously will submit their homework through Google Classroom this week. All right, still a deadline of 1 p.m. I'm not going to be flexible there. I talked to you guys on Friday about that. Any questions about how this week is going to go? The assignment sheet is up to date. So take a look at the assignment sheet for this week up on Classroom. It is up to date to reflect the virtual learning this week. Anything I can answer for you guys about how this week's going to go? And the last thing I'm going to do for you, because I always tell you what, I expect honors level effort, right? So you should expect honors level teaching. I am going to scan all your quizzes and either share them or email them with you so you see what you got right or wrong on last week's quiz. Okay? Because obviously you won't be here for me to hand that back to you. And you probably want to see if you got something wrong so you don't make the same mistake twice on the test, correct? So I will be scanning them today and either sharing them or emailing them with you. If you want a question about it, hop on an after-school meet and we'll talk about it. All right? I got you covered, guys. Got you covered. All right, you ready to get going then? Enough of the talking and more doing here? Anything about this week I can answer before we move on? We have a lot of people on the meet today. So if something goes wrong with my screen or anything, please somebody let me know. All right, especially if I'm talking and then 2 minutes later, what I'm talking about is finally up on the screen. Let me know, please. Okay, don't let me go on and on like a fool. All right, homework, let's go. Bunch of questions up here. Slope, parallel lines, slope of perpendicular lines, writing the equation of a line. I will let you know on the test, if there is a major topic, it's this one. All right. I forget how many questions are on, but if I could say one topic's covered the most, it is this one that your homework covered. So let's go in the chat. What you got for me? Let's do this. Where are we going? Got to be some questions here. 47. Let's go, everyone. 47. Let's start there. Hyped already here. 47. There was only one 47, correct? And it was this one right here. All right, 47. It says, I got a line that's got these 2 points, -4, 9, and 4, 3. It's parallel. Dun, ding, ding, boom. Hold on. Boom. Keyword right there, parallel. So I know these two lines have the same slope from our discussion from Friday. They got to have the same slope. So what I need to do first is I need to take -4, 9, and I need to take 4, 3, and I got to find the slope between them. All right, here we go. Review, slope formula. This will not be given to you on Thursday's test. Not be given to you. And this guy doesn't have any sympathy because you're in honors if you forget what it is. All right, change in y over change in x. So here we go. All right, the y values. I'll go 3 minus 9. Everyone see my y values. 3 minus 9. Over. Now, I did not mention this on Friday, and I kicked myself all weekend for it. Everyone see how I picked 3 as my first y coordinate? You have to pick its x coordinate first as well. So everybody see how the y of 3 is paired with the 4 of x? So you got to put that 4 first. You can't mix and match them. Okay, whatever y coordinate you pick first, you got to pick its x coordinate first. 4 minus a -4. Not 4 minus 4, 4 minus a -4. Keep rolling. I have -6 on top, and on the bottom, it looks like I'm going to have 4 plus 4, which is also 8. -6/8 is my slope. You can keep it like that. If anybody reduced it down to what's that, 2 3/4, you can reduce it to -3/4. It's up to you. All right, moving on now. Now let me go to my other pair of points. -8, 1, and 4y. I already know that my slope formula has to be equal to -6/8. The slope has to be equal to that. So I'm going to set that equal to my change in y minus 1, over my change in x, 4 minus a -8. Keep going. -6/8 equals y minus 1 over. You get 4 plus 8 on the bottom here, which is 12. We're all good so far. All right, where do I go from here? I think you've seen these before. These are called proportions, correct? Proportions. And I could solve this proportion by cross multiplying. All right, cross or multiplying both sides by 12. It's up to you. So, ready? Here you go. I got 8y minus 8. On the other side, -6 times 12. Oh, boy, how about that one? -72. Everyone's all good? And then I'm solving from here. Add 8. Add 8. 8y equals 64, -64. So y equals -8. Okay, again, find the slope of the 2 points you know. Keep it because parallel lines have the same slope, and set it equal to the slope formula of the other 2 points. And then I get a little proportion cross multiply. Not the only way to do this, though. I know there was multiple ways, but that's the way I like doing it, so I roll with it. Next, here we go. Radhika, what's up? Go ahead.
I used point slope form. Is that okay?
Absolutely. Yep, there's another way around it. Use point slope and solve for m. Love it.
Can we do 48?
48, everyone. All right. The 48 right underneath?
Yeah, the one on 193.
So am I on, now it's instead of parallel, perpendicular? Or is it, yes, this one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Everyone saw how I just did 47. 48 is done the same exact way, except when I go to find my slope, I don't keep it. I don't keep it for the next set of points because we talked at the end of class on Friday. Perpendicular, negative reciprocal. So I will only go so far here, and then you guys can take it from here. So now I go to 8, 7, and 7, negative 6. Find the slope. Change in y. So everyone see I have negative 6 minus 7 as my y coordinates. Over, well, if I took negative 6 first as a y, I got to take 7 as its x, minus 8, the other x coordinate. Keep grinding. Negative 13 over negative 1. Ooh, the slope of this comes out to be positive 13. All right, now, last problem, I said, all right, I kept 13 because the slopes were parallel and, the lines were parallel, so the slopes are equal. But now that the lines are perpendicular, the slopes are negative reciprocals. So I need to take 13, flip it, and change the sign. That's its negative reciprocal, negative 113. Then I set it equal to the slope formula for the other 2 points up here. 3 minus 4 over x minus 2. And then I'm cleaning it up. I'll go one more step. Negative 1/13 equals negative 1 over x minus 2. And then there I go. I can cross multiply. Or again, like Radiga suggested in the last problem, you could do point slope too and find the value that way. So maybe some of you guys came up with the equation of the line and did it that way. Perfect. Other ways around it. I like just to show this way. More questions here. What else we got, guys? Let's keep going here because we got to get to that compass and straight edge. 27, everybody. 27. Yep, this is always a popular one every year. All right, write the equation of a line. Woo, hey, got to be in slope-intercept form. Remember slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. So we need the slope and we need the y-intercept. We're not given either of them here. I need to figure out what the slope is and the y-intercept. So let's start with the slope first. We just did a bunch of this on the last two problems. Change in your y value. So I'm going to go 4 minus a negative 2. Everyone see I just picked off the y values there. Over the x, negative 3 minus a negative 3. We're all good. All right, let's keep investigating. On top, you get 4 plus 2, which is 6. Over negative 3 plus 3, 0. Oh, boy. Maybe some of us were like, was it 0? I don't remember this. So maybe you went to the old calc and you did, hey, what's 6 divided by 0? And it told you embarrassing, right? You can't divide by 0. So there is no slope there. There's no slope. Can't divide by 0. This is no slope, undefined. All right, it's not equal to 0. Your calculator just said you can't divide by 0. So there is no slope there. So then we went back to Friday's notes and said, all right, no slope. There was a certain type of line I showed you that had no slope, undefined, no slope. And that was a vertical line, up and down, right? Vertical line. That's the type that has no slope, undefined. So now I had to, oh, geez, here we go again. We did a lot of notes. He was getting crazy on Friday. A vertical line has what equation? Does it start with y equals? Does it start with x equals? A vertical line. Well, think of a vertical line in your head right now. What axis will it always cross? A vertical line will always cross the x-axis. We just got to figure out what number it's equal to. Well, look at the 2 points I gave you. Look at these 2 points. Got anything in common? I think so. That x value is equal to -3. Okay, x equals -3. But hey, good news. You could have done this another way. Anybody out there heard of graph paper before? Ding, 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 we have heard of graph paper. We could have just graphed these 2 points and taken a look. Here you go. -3, -2, high. -3, 1, 2, 3, 4, high. Oh, what type of line? Vertical. We could have also gotten the equation that way. Okay, so if something seems strange, like you guys did it correctly, and all of a sudden, I don't know what the heck I just did there. And then all of a sudden, things seem a little strange with that 0 in there. Take a look. What's it look like on the graph? Okay, right away you saw it's a vertical line. So that's where the x equals came from. It was a vertical line. All right, let's roll. Next. Anything else here? Going. Those are the questions I thought would come up. Others. Here we go. 4t. Uh, 40. Oh, right here. Okay. Write an equation, passes through there. Okay, again, you're going to see this a lot on Thursday's test. Perpendicular. Gotta know something about the slopes. Gotta. Negative reciprocals. Rocals. There we go. Negative reciprocals. So here's the line they gave me. Oh, it is time to hear from you guys now. What's the slope of this line right here? Slope of this line. And you would have thought, well, I'm going to have to trust you guys, I guess, to know whose numbers is what. Here we go. I got 6 in the house here. 6. What's the slope of my line right here?
-5.
Thank you. -5. So somebody else, what should be the slope of my perpendicular line? Here we go. Oh, boom. 17 in the house.
1/5.
Positive 1/5. Awesome. So now I go back. Y equals mx plus b. I already know the slope. Only thing we need to find is the b, the y-intercept. And how did we do that on Friday? We took the point it went through and plugged it in. So 2 in for y. M, we already found, positive 1/5. X, -2. Everyone all right where I'm plugging those numbers and where I'm getting them from? Plus your b value. Oh, so sad, honors kids. I'm asking you to multiply fractions. Don't care because you got a calculator that can do it for you. Okay, don't expect sympathy from me. All right, because I'm asking you to multiply a couple fractions here. All right, so you get 2 equals -2/5 plus b. Add your 2/5 over. Again, no sympathy. Your calculator does it for you. So we end up with b equal to 12/5. Put the 2 together. Slope, 1/5 x plus your y-intercept, 12/5.
Is it okay if you leave the 12/5 as 2 2/5?
That's fine, yes. The only thing I'm not a big fan of is a long, sloppy decimal. I do not appreciate long, sloppy decimals as the y-intercepts. Change it to a fraction if you can, please, or a mixed fraction, just like you said. Okay, we good? Anything else we got? I just went over all the types of problems, I believe. Do we have any issues with why 48 was perpendicular and 49 was neither? Got to look at the slopes. I don't know. You got to look at the slopes. This is in point slope form right now. This is in point slope. So if you wanted to distribute and move over the 4 to get it into y equals, that's fine. But also realize when it's in point slope form, the slope is right here. 3 and -1/3. Those are negative reciprocals, so that's what made it perpendicular on number 48. And then 49, you had a slope of 6 for the first line and a slope of negative 1/3 for the second line. And I hate to break it to you, they don't have no relationship. They are not the same, and they are not negative reciprocals. So that's why we said neither. All right. All good? All right, just like I did for period 1, I will give you about 3 minutes right now to clean yourself up. Have a little self-respect, clean yourself up, clean the homework up, and submit it if you would like. All right, if you need more than 3 minutes, then that's on your own for the 1 p.m. deadline. All right, but I will give you this chance, just like I usually would, to walk around the room and submit it, take pictures of it, clean it up. So about 3 minutes. If you get done with that before I start, you need a straight edge and a compass ready to rock and roll. Compass, straight edge. Last thing we got to talk about as far as this unit goes is how do I construct a parallel line and how do I construct a perpendicular line? There will be a construction component to your test on Tuesday. More than likely, it'll be take home next week. Okay, so anticipate there will be just like we did on Unit 1, we had a take home construction for the Unit 1 test, similar to that for Unit 3. You can take it home and do it, but probably not until next week. All right, let's roll. Compass, straight edge out. First thing I got to show you guys is how do I construct a parallel line. So here's what I have right now. I have a line and I have a point. The line's got to go through the point and it's got to be parallel to L. So don't write anything down, but here's what I need here at the end. Something like that, but obviously a little bit more straighter and parallel. All right, so how am I going to accomplish this just using a straight edge and a compass? First thing you need to do is line up your straight edge with P and line L and draw a transversal through P and L. Okay, so everyone take your straight edge. You are drawing a transversal through P and L. There's your first step. At any angle, it doesn't matter the angle you draw the transversal at. Next up, you will see that where line L is, you've created 4 angles. Come on. Try that again. You've created 4 angles, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, we're going to copy one of them. I'm going to copy this angle right here. I'm going to copy that angle up to this ray right here that starts with endpoint P. So that's our goal right now. All right, is with our compass, we're going to copy that angle I've just marked onto ray P. All right, that's our goal. And we have done this before. In Unit 1, I showed you guys how to copy an angle. We just got to review it now. First step, put the compass point on the vertex of the angle you're copying. And you want to make an arc that intersects 2 spots, in 2 spots of that angle. Okay? Go up to point P. Go up to point P. You have not opened or closed your compass yet. Keep it the same as the first arc and make another arc that intersects ray P. So this is my diagram and what it looks like so far. We all good? So all I've done is make those 2 arcs. Next up, go back down to the angle you're copying. The angle we are copying, you should have your arc made 2 points of intersection. The ones I'm putting with gray here. Should have made 2 points of intersection. Put your compass point and your pencil point on both there. And all you're doing is measuring that distance. No markings needed, just measure the distance. Take your compass, and this is the most important part. Do not put your compass on endpoint P, but you want to put your compass on where that arc intersected ray P. All right? And here's the most important part of this construction to get it right, is you want to make sure that the angle you're copying and the angle you're making are on the same side of the transversal. All right, so when I make my arc mark right now to intersect that arc, I want to make sure it's on the same side as the transversal as the angle I'm copying. Okay, so make sure both angles, the original and the copied, are on the same side of the transversal. And I'm hoping at this point, if you're up to this point, they line up with P. That point of intersection lines up with P. So you grab your straight edge. Now, if it's a little crooked, a little sloped, and maybe doesn't look that parallel, it's okay. Your compass moves, your hand shakes while you're doing these arc marks, but if it looks something like this, then yeah, we do have a problem. Okay. How are we looking here, guys? How are we looking? We doing all right? Everything look all right? Well, only thing we got to do is put the finishing touches on, right? How are you going to tell me they're parallel? Anybody want to put a little something on them to show they're parallel? What markings do we put on lines to show they're parallel? Not hash marks, not arc marks, but arrows, everybody. Yes, thank you, Radhika. Arrows. Whew. All right, good job. We're not done, though, with this. You guys are honors, so I have a question for you. Why are they parallel? Why are these lines parallel, other than because you're the teacher and that's the steps you told me to do? Why are these lines parallel? Remember what we just did, right? Didn't we just copy an angle? So isn't this angle right here congruent to this angle you just made? Because that's copying an angle. The two are congruent. Anybody want to tell me why these lines are parallel now? What did you just make? You just didn't make two congruent angles. You made two congruent.
Corresponding.
Yeah, there we go. Corresponding angles. So here's what we just did. Corresponding angles congruent imply parallel lines. Look at that. All coming together. Yeah, good. How's everyone doing here? If it was an okay experience, don't worry. The next one you get to practice again making parallel lines. Questions? Okay, let's hop over to the next one then. A little bit different than just doing one parallel line and that's it. All right, construct a quadrilateral. So we're going to construct a figure that's got four sides, right? We're going to construct a figure that's got four sides. A pair of those sides has to be parallel to each other. Okay, so you got the four sides. A pair's got to be parallel, and two of the four lengths have to be A and B, which I have right here. Okay, don't worry about A and B yet. We'll get that at the end of the construction. What I need you guys to do, though, is get me a pair of parallel lines going. So give yourself the same thing I gave you in construction number one. Give yourself a line right now, and give yourself a point to draw the parallel line through. And this gives you guys good practice right now of remembering these steps. Okay, get the parallel lines first. We'll worry about A and B in a second. So get your line and a point to draw the line, parallel line through. All right, next up, transversal. Boom, draw it through at any angle. And if you guys remember the steps and you're comfortable, go ahead and beat me to it. Go ahead. You guys that still want to watch, here we go. Put your compass point on the vertex of the angle you're copying. And you want to make an arc through the two rays of the angle. As so. And then we can come up to the endpoint of the array. And let's make that same arc. I can see you guys at home just grinding away. I love it. What a crew I have here. All right, back to the angle you're copying. You have 2 points of intersection made by that arc. You want to put your compass point and your pencil point on those two. Just to measure the opening. And please remember, we're going up to where the arc intersected the ray. We are not going back to the end point. We are going back to where the arc intersected the ray. And again, you want to make sure both angles are on the same side. Keep in your mind, corresponding. I'm making corresponding angles here. So make sure they're on the same side of the transversal and make them intersect. Hopefully they line up. Your point, your end point of your ray, and those two arcs line up together, hopefully. And then I draw my other parallel line through. Hopefully I'll slow down now so you guys can get the parallel lines before we deal with what the heck am I doing with A and B? How we doing, everybody? We all right? Going? And while you guys are finishing that out, just a reminder, tonight, if you forget these steps, because it happens, remember up on Classroom for constructions, at the very bottom, I have the how-to videos. So pop those open if you forget how to do parallel lines tonight. Got you guys taken care of, always. All right, we all good with the parallel lines, so we can start talking about how am I going to finish this quadrilateral off. Well, quadrilateral, again, 4 sides. Can you guys look at your diagram right now? Can you maybe see a 3-sided figure? How I could maybe trace something with 3 sides? Take a look at mine. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Or I could have went to the left as well. Everyone see a 3-sided figure? Okay, how about we do this then? How about we make the parallel lines A and B? All right, so I'll make one side here, A. The other parallel line I'll make segment B, and we'll talk about how I get the 4th side. Sound good? So everyone pick a segment you're going to copy right now and open up your compass to the length of that segment. So A or B. We got to measure it. This is the very first one you ever learned. So let's measure A. Pick which side of the transversal you're going to work on. All right, pick which side of the transversal you're going to work on. I'll start A right here at the bottom parallel line for me, and I'll just make an arc. Remember how to copy? Make an arc. I'll leave the highlighter there. I don't care. So there is side A for me right here. Then I'll go and measure B. And I'll put that on the top parallel line on this side of the transversal. Just make an arc mark right there. And that's got length B here. Well, let's see here, guys. I got side number 1 that's got length A. I got side number 2, which is this piece of the transversal. I got side number 3 right here, which is B. How am I going to get side number 4 to finish off this quadrilateral? Thoughts on how I can get side 4? If you just want to open up the mics, go ahead. What's up?
I have a question.
Sure.
On copying the segments.
Yep.
So when you're going to do, when you're going to place your A and B segments on parallel lines, you would only put them on you would line your compass point up on the transversal, right?
Correct. Yep.
Right.
You could also put A or B on on that piece of the transversal too. It's up to you. It doesn't say the parallel lines have to be A and B. I could have put A and B as any of the 4 sides. Are we ready to finish? How do I finish this?
I thought it said construct a quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides that are the lengths of said segments to A and B.
Oh, did I change that this year? It says that are the lengths? Okay, never mind then. That had to be the parallel lines, okay. I didn't realize we changed that. I should have realized that. All right, so going back, anybody, how do I end up with my fourth side?
Draw a line between the two points that you need.
I got a lot of points up here.
Where you made your most recent two constructions, where you copied the two lengths, take those 2 points and connect them.
The two arc marks, correct? There we go. There you go, kids. A four-sided figure where two of the sides are parallel and the parallel sides are A and B length. Look at that. Oh, you want a bonus question? Sure you do, honors kids. Anybody know what we just constructed? The name of that quadrilateral? Where only one pair of sides is parallel? Anybody? Nobody knew first period, or they just didn't want to say.
Trapezoid.
Look at that. We didn't even need to spot on the T. Trapezoid. Yes, you just constructed a trapezoid. Congratulations. You guys good with that? Parallel lines. Parallel lines. Now, how do you draw a perpendicular line? How do I draw a perpendicular line? The answer to that, we've done this already. Anybody? I don't know. We did this in Unit 1. I showed you guys how to construct a perpendicular line. Wait, I remember you do the little fish thing where you open it up more than halfway and you do some of this and some of that. Nope. That can't be done on a line. That can only be done on a line segment. So this one, put your compass point on P, everybody. Put your compass point on point P. Maybe this is starting to come back to us. Open up your compass so that you can make an arc through line L that hits it twice. So you're basically, in a nutshell, making a happy face. Make sure it intersects twice. From here, I'm going to suggest you just open up your compass a pinch. All right, try not to keep it the same opening the entire construction. Open it up just a pinch after this first one. Then go to each point of intersection. And make two more arcs below that are the same opening of your compass. Two more arc marks below that are the same opening of your compass. And when you line up your straight edge, hopefully it lines up right underneath P. So one arc that hits line L twice, two more below it. And as usual, I do need markings that say these two lines are perpendicular. It is not a bisector. It is not a bisector. It is just perpendicular. So you just need to show me you got the right angle working. Okay. And the only other thing, the last construction, which you guys can practice right now, is what happens if I take point P, excuse me, if I take point P and put it right on the line, nothing changes. It's the same construction, everybody. It is the same construction. Put your compass point on P. Make the arc that intersects twice. Open it up a pinch. And then make two more arcs above or below it. Same exact construction for perpendicular lines, just depends on where the point is. Okay. Don't forget to submit your assignment if you have not by 1 o'clock. Remember, there's no I forgots anymore. And then if you need practice with formative, go formative. The practice test is up on Classroom. And keep a peek out to your email. I'm going to hopefully by the end of the day share your quizzes with you. All right? After school's open all this week, 2:15 if you want to pop in to ask any questions. All good? All right, guys. Have a good day. Not the situation we wanted, but make smart decisions, then we don't have to have this situation. Have a good day, guys.
The little practice thing for Go Formative says it's due on Wednesday, so
Yeah,
would
it's
you
gonna-
just leave it so that it's missing?
No, you can leave it. That's fine. It's not going to be a grade at all. I'm not looking for it at
Okay.
all. It's just
So can I just turn it in?
don't even turn it in. Don't even bother.
Oh.
I'm just going to delete it on Wednesday. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Yep. Don't even worry about it if you don't need to practice with it. What's up, Emma?
Okay.
So when I've tried to turn in my homework that's due today at 1.
Yep.
But and I always turn it on my phone and it always works fine for me, but now it's not loading and it keeps saying it's unable to upload it. I'm just wondering if there's another way to do it, 'cause I don't know how to do it on my phone.
Let me just check real quick to make sure that I'm pretty sure I added everybody just to make sure you're.
Yeah, I see the assignment.
Oh, you
it's
see-
just
you see
not
it?
letting me upload the picture to the.
I don't know. Can
I
you try it on your Chromebook or shut down your phone and start it back up or see how that works?
Okay, I'll shut down my phone.
Are you using the Google Classroom app?
Yeah.
Maybe delete the app, put it back on. I don't know. Okay. Just try a couple different things. All right.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right, yep. Bye bye.